two ranked teams. 5th-ranked LSU. They knock off 7th-ranked Florida 42-28 and have climbed to number 2 in the AP poll. So, Booger, go ahead and do your victory lap, man. Go ahead.
Hot Buddha in, cold couscous. Come on, Tigers. Let's push, push, push. Hey, what a win. And, you know, we can talk about Clemson and the fake Death Valley, but how about the real Death Valley on Saturday night, LSU in Florida? It was unreal. Rex Ryan, do you hear me? The real Death Valley showed up. The LSU Tigers dominated, and it's time for America to give Coach Ed Orgeron his just due. Everyone out there said he didn't deserve the job. He can't do the job. Go back and look at Ed O's record against top 10 teams. He is unreal. And how about them Tigers, baby? That's all I want to say. How about them Tigers?
Booger, let's talk about the real Tigers in Clemson getting disrespected again. They're going to win another national championship. What's new? But you know what? I'm glad you brought up Ed Orgeron because what? Hey, a defensive guy. Imagine that and still kicking butt. Let's see. There's Saban. There's Ed Orgeron. I don't know, man. Bring the defense out there. Bring that dude from San Francisco, good-looking guy, got the shaved head and all that. He ought to be a head coach. Forget about all these boy wonder guys. Coaching offense, soft.
Look at it. Rex hates the boy wonders. He's not a big fan of that. Congratulations, Booger. Let's move on to the Red River rivalry, where Oklahoma went on the road, knocked off Texas. Jalen Hurts at it again. Dan Orlovsky with his 4 more touchdowns. Where does Hurts stand on the Heisman race?
Oh, Jalen Hurts is right at the top of the Heisman race, leading right now. The job that Lincoln Riley has done with him, utilizing both as a passer and a runner, to do it in that rivalry game with CeeDee Lamb is a big deal, and their defense is only getting better for Oklahoma.
All right, so a fresh AP poll released yesterday. LSU has jumped past Clemson and Ohio State from 5 to 2. LSU's highest ranking since 2012. Bama stays at 1 for the 3rd straight week, and Oklahoma back in the top 5 for the first time in a month. You may know this. There's a team that's not in the top 5 anymore, and that's because, and what many are calling the surprise of the weekend, but not to anyone who's a Georgia sports fan. Number 3 Georgia gets upset by South Carolina. They were 21-point favorites. That's cool. It dropped them from number 3 to number 10 in the latest rankings. I'm not triggered at all. This loss puts a huge dent as well in Georgia's chances to reach the college football playoff, as our all-state playoff predictor now gives them an 11% chance to reach the playoff. The Bulldogs ranked 4th on that list entering the weekend. Dan, I tried not to buy into any of the hype as a Georgia fan. When for weeks,
an emotional highlight reel.
For weeks, you guys were saying Georgia is the most complete team in the nation. What happened?
Preseason rankings. You know, because preseason rankings, you think that everything's going to be easy for a team. Like, oh, they should be able to do that. Georgia got exposed, but everyone keeps saying that Georgia was exposed up front physically. They weren't. Georgia was exposed on the perimeter. South Carolina just got up in their faces and played man-to-man coverage, and Georgia right now doesn't have anybody who can win against man-to-man coverage. And their coaches, I would argue, did not do anything to help their young players. And we often talk about blueprints when it comes to football. And so Florida now has the blueprint of, okay, against Georgia, get up in those receivers' faces and play man-to-man. Auburn, they're going to get up in those receivers' faces and play man-to-man. And there's not a simple solution. When you have guys that can't win against man-to-man coverage, there's not an easy solution. Georgia is not one of the 5 best teams in college football right now. I've seen Penn State, they're better. I've seen Ohio State, they're better. I've seen Wisconsin, they're better. I've seen Florida, they're better. I'll see Clemson Saturday. So Georgia's got a lot of concerns, and it's because of their perimeter. Everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.